Dwight, how did you first hear about the Angela Calla mortgage team?
You know, it was a number of years ago, and I really can't remember whether it was over the radio or it was an article that I read, but that directed me to her website. And from there, I looked at it, and something just said in the back of my mind, put a bookmark on this. And so I did put a bookmark on it, and that's what brought me to this organization just now.
Were you in the market for a mortgage or a mortgage renewal?
No, this was to get equity out of a property that I have to get debt consolidation and back on track financially.
And tell us a little bit about previous experience prior to going to the Angela Calla mortgage team. What kinds of things were you looking at doing, and who were you dealing with, and how were you treated?
I was treated actually quite well, at least up until recently. But the options were very limited. I was sort of told, "Look, this is what we can do for you." It was just very singular in terms of this is what we can offer you. This is what you can get. Through Angela, you're given a number of options depending on your state of credit, but you have a lot more options, that's for sure.
And describe the process in a little bit more detail when you were taking a look at some of these options that the Angela Calla mortgage team offered. Were they adequately explained? Did you get some guidance as to which was best for you?
Yeah, very much so. In fact, when I left after the first meeting, I really felt that I felt very comfortable. Walking in, I wasn't quite sure. After leaving, even after the first meeting, I felt very comfortable. I felt these people have my back, and these people are working for me, and I felt very good about that. It was a good feeling, let me tell you.
At some point, you signed on the bottom line, chose one of the options with Angela's help, and the savings per month were fabulous for you.
Well, actually, they were. Once all is said and done, I'm going to be saving over $1,400 per month, which is pretty significant.
Sure is, like having an extra income.
Oh, it's like a big raise, isn't it?
It sure is. How did that help you, the extra money, without getting too personal about it? But what were some of the things you were looking at doing or thinking about doing going forward with that extra $1,400 a month?
Well, that extra $1,400 a month will actually help me just concentrate on debt, really, and to make sure that I'm in a really good financial situation where I won't, have any more pressure or areas where I would look at and say, I'm not moving forward, I'm moving backward. This allows me to completely move forward. And the thing that I like about it the best is not only do I feel like I can move forward now, but Angela will continue contact and continue to advise me and help me through the process any way that she can. That's something that you don't get from anyone else.
Certainly one of the greatest benefits of dealing with the Angela Calla mortgage team are these exclusive mortgage plans moving forward, short, mid, and long term. So as you say, now you're in the system, you've got a plan, you've been relieved of a ton of stress, you're able to enjoy an extra $1,400 a month. Having said all of that, Dwight, what advice would you give to others tuning into the Mortgage Show here at CKNW?
Well, what I would say is, at least from my experience, going into to debt in any capacity at all, especially where it's easy, high interest debt, it happens very slowly, and over time, and it can take a lot of time, it can start to accelerate. I would, when was in that situation, that they need to go in and speak to Angela before, not later. Not when it gets to be really a pressure, but to go in much before, and it'll save them an awful lot of hassle, worry, and it will be the thing to do for sure.
So often, Dwight, we hear from Angela's clients/friends who, to a person, say, "Oh gosh, I wish I'd done this earlier." So that advice you're giving this evening on the Mortgage Show here at CKNW is really gold because, again, to a person who we've had on the show has said the same thing. I wish I had done this sooner.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, I think that the sooner you do it, the more options that you can have, and what a wonderful thing.